Hey everybody, Omega Alden plays Into the Breach starts right now. This is a brand new game from the makers of Faster Than Light, another great game from the past, like, I don't know, 5 years ago or something at this point. But they made an awesome game then. They made a pretty cool game so far. I did stream it a little previously, so I have some awareness of how the game works. I didn't get very far though. And I'm starting a new profile for this, so this is just I'd like to get into it and unlock everything on this over time, so I just wanted to start fresh and everything. We've got tutorials turned on, so this is gonna be like a relatively a new experience is what I'm trying to say here. So let's start a new game here. Humanity destroyed. Vec threat unstoppable. Mission failed. Open a breach, says Ralph. Time to go back and try again. So here we are, we've got our little mech team. You can change the difficulty, easy, normal, hard. It changes like what's spawning and I guess the score or whatever at the end. Since we're starting, we're not gonna have anything unlocked. You can earn currency to unlock other squads. Earning this currency is by getting achievements, which, let's see. So for our thing, you get victory medals, I think is an achievement, so if you beat it with 2 islands, 3 islands, 4. Separate medals there. Watery Grave. Drown 3 enemies in the combat. Kill an enemy 5 or more tiles away with a dash punch. Complete the first corporate island, so... yeah, and we've got our first time traveler. Later you'll be able to get more. I think it's based on like who you find throughout the whole thing. So basically we're like time travelers at this point trying to stop a Vec threat that I guess probably destroyed Earth, but I don't know, we're using time travel to try to stop it. Something like that. We've got our little combat mech, he can punch people. This is our primary dude. So he can punch people, which does damage and moves them away. The cannon has a line of sight shot that'll do a point of damage and push him away, but it can like fire across the entire board. Artillery mech can lob a shot. It doesn't hit anything in the path, but it'll do damage on the spot that it hits, and it'll push adjacent things away. So you got a little useful squad here. We can't change our color or anything yet. I don't know what lets us change that, or what colors become accessible. But here's our starting thing. So let's roll. Let us roll, my friends. Alright, so the first island. These corporate islands are the Vec's breeding ground. Wipe them out here, we save the world. Okay. So I guess, yeah, these islands are for some reason important to the Vec, and if we can come back here and stop this, then we stop the Vec and maybe save the timeline. I don't really know. This is Archive Inc. This museum island recreates old Earth as it was before the oceans rose and nearly wiped out humanity. Okay. Hello, buddy. Civilizations of the past had military strength vastly exceeding ours. Good thing we preserved some of our old war machines. There is a combat simulation available to new commanders. Would you like to launch the simulation? And just for your guys' knowledge, if you haven't seen it before, I'll start with the simulation here. It teaches us how this thing works. But I've already kind of figured out some of the basic stuff. So you got a power grid. If it reaches 0, you lose. It's got a max. Right now it's full on here. Enemies' attacks are forewarned. You can see information about what they're doing and then try to stop them. We got a combat mech that can punch things, so let's see. So you can look at the guy. You'll see he's launching a volatile mass of goo. It's line of sight. It's doing 1 damage. He's trying to shoot a building. So we want to stop him from shooting the building, which in this case we can do by walking up and using our Titan Fist to push him out of the way. We did 2 damage, he got pushed. Now his attack is still being maintained, but it's going to hit this mountain instead. The UI will tell you, you know, this is a push, this is damage, and this is push plus damage. So everything's easily represented there, and then once you guys are done, you end your turn. And he shot the mountain because we pushed him out of the way. That, you know, stops him from hitting the building. If the building gets hit, you lose a however many like damage it took. So this is like one building, 2 buildings. If something did 3 points of damage to this, it would just take off 1 grid power. If somebody did 3 to this, it would kill both of them. So we got our tank buddy. So like I said, he can move and shoot in a straight line. So what we want to try to do is get this guy. He's the only one that's going to be able to do that at the moment. So we move him over here, get line of sight. Get the orange tiles for where we can hit. And that guy was wrecked. He only had 1 health, apparently. This guy should only have 1 health now, so we can just go punch him, finish the job. End turn. We gotta remember to hit that end turn button. They had reinforcements come up through the earth. They're threatening our buildings. They're threatening our mech. Artillery mech, so he can fire over things. He does damage to the thing that's in the middle. And he pushes everything else. So these little dudes don't like anything that's not flying from the bug side, for the most part, doesn't like water. So you can do something like this, which will hit the flying bug and push the other guys into the water, causing them to instantly die. Now we can just walk up and finish the job here. That guy's deceased. And I'm gonna put him like over here so he has a good array, or a good look of the battle. They warn you if you have actions available, since he could still shoot. I want to keep that enabled as a warning, just because like sometimes you forget. Oftentimes it's gonna be like I did it on purpose, but I'd rather them remind me in case I did something stupid, honestly. Completing missions. Every mission you win by defeating the Vec or fighting them until they retreat. There are bonus objectives. Completing these give you additional things. Right now it just says kill all enemies before they retreat. Victory in 4 turns. So I don't think, since this is training, I don't think the bonus objective actually matters. Normally it'll do something like give you grid power or currency or whatnot. Okay, so we got 2 guys over here. Got this guy attacking this. Let's see, how do we want to approach this? So we want to definitely get these guys away from the buildings, the ones that are hitting them. So I think if we push that guy over here, he's just going to hit this other building instead. If we shoot this guy will die, but that guy is just going to take 1 point of damage. Well, we can't get to him either. So we have to figure out ways to get to everybody. So the tank is the only one. The artillery is going to be the only one that can move him out of the way right now. But I think we're going to be taking a point of damage on one of these things, just the way I had this set up. That's how it looks at the present moment. So I want to hit him out of the way. Mechs cannot use their abilities when standing in water. That's fine. He's just going to move over here and shoot this guy out of the way. And then I would have preferred if this guy could die. But instead he's going to get pushed over and this building's going to be damaged. So we've taken damage here in the tutorial, but I think it doesn't matter as far as things go. But you want to avoid those things. I think where I had guys placed and where they were, I don't think that I had any choice that would have stopped that from happening in this case. So this one, we want to artillery this guy because anything else will cause the building to get damaged. So I think we could do something like this. Push this guy over to the side. We want to artillery this guy over here. And we're gonna take a shot here to get a clean shot that doesn't involve hitting the building. Because if you hit them and they get knocked into something, it does damage to the other thing too. So you don't want to knock enemies into buildings if you can get away with it. Sometimes you kind of have to. It's all circumstantial. So your mechs can get damaged. If they reach 0, they die, and then they're just temporarily disabled, but your pilot dies. So you lose whatever benefits that pilot had earned, which is unfortunate. Okay, so we can just blast that guy, make this guy take a dive, and then we can just end our turn here. We had 2 turns left, but I guess they weren't respawning anymore, guys, so mission accomplished. Simulation complete. 941 civilians protected. That's because one of the buildings got hit. So now we start with a damaged power grid. So we want to try to protect as many buildings as we can. Here this explains that when you go on the missions, you'll get rewards for it. You can get power cores, grid power, corp reputation. So as far as things go, power cores are used to upgrade your mechs. Grid powers is obviously just a victory condition thing, or a lose condition is more appropriate, I guess. And corp reputation, once you beat an island, you can use those points to buy something. So here, this one will give us 2 points to defend the train if we successfully defend the train. We've got some other stuff over here for getting power back. Power transfers from mission to mission and island to island, so you gotta be careful. So I'm gonna head, even though this is more resources right now, this is gonna be necessary anyway, so I'm gonna go to this one first. Energy shield. This is a shield. It will block any negative effects. Only direct damage will remove the shield. So they have a layer of protection. A layer of protection on 3 of these buildings. We want to try to get our guys into position here. Artillery can kind of fire from everywhere. Tanks have good range too, but we want him to be kind of up close and personal a lot of the time. So here we go. Here's our first real mission. There's this guy, and he is providing a passive buff to all of the guys on the battlefield. And here you see these markers indicate that somebody's going to show up the next turn. Yeah, here he's got a passive benefit. He is the Soldier Scion, flying unit with invigorating spores, giving everybody +1 HP as long as he's alive. So these guys have 3 or 4 health. They should have 3, but because he's alive, it's different right now. So let's start by getting rid of him to reduce their hit points down to 3, and then let's see. We could do something like we could shoot our own building to push him over here. It would knock the shields off, but stop him from hitting it and push this guy out of the way. Or I guess it wouldn't push him out of the way because I'd have to be standing right here. If we go here with this guy, he can shoot, do 2 damage, and the other guy will take 1 point from the impact. We're allowed to undo our move for the guy. You can like reset your turn once per battle if you do things like horribly wrong, which you know, is quite possible. So what I think I want to do is actually hit this building, but I want to move him out of the way first. I want to hit this building, which is gonna knock the shield off of it, but it's also gonna push the guy away. And then that's going to give me a clear line of sight here to knock this guy away. He is going to be hitting our buddy, but I'd rather hit one of us than hit one of the buildings. This unit has been compromised. System failure imminent, says Cinnabar. Bonus objective is to destroy the dam. I just realized that. So we can... The dam is a special thing over here with 2 health. So if we manage to destroy that, it's gonna flood the area. And flooding the area doesn't hurt us, but anything that any of these guys that get hit are gonna be in some trouble. So, I'm gonna shoot the wall here. Oh yeah, he's webbed, which means he can't move. So is our primary guy. This little webbing thing stops you from moving, but you can still act. You can punch, use repair, whatever. So here, I want to destroy the dam as our bonus objective anyway, so let's look at that. I am going to hurt my friend by doing this, but this is going to kill a lot of guys, hopefully. Yeah! Oh, and we got the achievement Watery Grave, drown 3 enemies in a single battle, so that was an easy pickup right there. And now, we've got 1 enemy spawning over here. Let's move our buddy. Let's go say hi to him. It's a bugman. So the bugman we can easily just push out into the water. And I can stand on this spot to stop a guy from spawning here. 2 guys will spawn anyway. Well, let's see. Let's get him out of dodge. These guys are mostly fine for whatever could happen to them. Let's end the turn here. So 2 enemies, because we blocked one of them. Each of our mechs has 2 health over here. He has 1. Well, this is unfortunate. I don't know if there's a way to prevent him from impacting that building. Because here, if we step in this, our systems are waterlogged. We can't do anything, so it's just a demonstration of that. He can't move right now. And he can't shoot from here because he's waterlogged. So I think this guy's going to end up taking a point off of the grid. So I think we shoot him with our buddy here, which is unfortunate. He was going to hit it anyway. We might as well kill him and get the experience for it. And we push the other one into the water. And that's going to end our turn and end this battle, which, you know, we took a point of power grid damage. We completed the bonus objective, so we're going to get a corp point from it. So there's our corporate reputation. Our guys got some experience but didn't level. They say this will delay things while we get stuff back online. So our power grid's in jeopardy right now, so I want to hit these areas that have power grid rewards, the little lightning bolt. So there's 4 of them here. We're missing 3 points right now, so I'm going to just prioritize these. Our bonus objectives for this one are to take less than 3 grid damage, protect the power generator, and there's also tidal waves, which are... the map will gradually be flooded in water. So this doesn't hurt us. I mean, I guess it can hurt us, potentially. Or at least hinder us. But it can kill Vex. Or Vex is a different thing. Flying units don't get bothered by water, so... let's see. Let's put our guys up in the front here. I'm going to put the artillery in the back. Confirm our placement. Tells us about the environmental effect. That we can mouse over it here. So all these marked tiles are going to be flooded at the beginning of the enemy turn. So there you see it. The water just replaced it. Okay, so they're doing 2 attacks, which we should easily be able to stop here. We can just punch this guy out of the way, and he will die. And then we can either We could just finish this guy off with 2 shots, 1 from artillery and 1 from the tank, and then he's dead. They're gonna be spawning 3 more guys here. The power generator is this building, I believe. The one that looks like 6 cans, like a 6-pack with a couple straws popping out the top. And they are now threatening it. They're also... Okay, so they're threatening my mechs. They've got a little healer dude with them. Not healer, but health point dude. So we can kill this guy with a well-placed artillery shot. Doesn't even have to be that well-placed. But we drop it here as that guy gets pushed out of the way. And now we only need to worry about this dude causing us problems. We have 2 units. I think what we're gonna need to do is have this mech walk over and punch him, and then have the tank roll over and shoot him so that he gets moved along the side, because we don't want him to hurt the power generator. If we push him this way, he's gonna hurt this building. So let's see if this works out for us. We did 2 damage there, 1 damage there, but now he's not hitting anything. So all our buildings are safe. Our dude's gonna take a point of damage, but I think it's okay. And I guess that one guy would have died anyway, the guy that was on the edge. So I didn't necessarily need to do that. Burning forests, so that forest was hit, now it's on fire. Now our guy is on fire because he happens to be on there. He's gonna take a damage every turn because of this until I repair. Or I can step in the water as well. Okay, so I think I need to use this artillery to move him out of the way. But beyond that, I can have him shoot this. I can have him punch this if he wants. This guy's just gonna die when the water goes away. And this is our last turn anyway, so let's see. We don't need to heal because it's our last turn, so let's just kill somebody for experience. Oh, that guy died automatically. Cool. So it takes it off of their current as well as their top end. So if they had 3 and you did 2 damage and you kill that guy, they died like just what happened right there. So pretty cool. If we shoot this guy back, then we can have Cinnabar walk over here, kill him, and push the other one away. Now our buildings are safe. Our guy's gonna get damaged, but it's our last turn and he'll be fine. And he'll fall in the water and lose the fire anyway. So there you have it. Another successful mission, this time without taking any damage. And we got all the bonus objectives, so we got a point there and a point on the power grid. And we've exposed the adjacent things to us as well. So we've got Ohmtown, defend the artillery support, protect the coal plant. Archival flats, kill at least 7 enemies, protect the emergency batteries. I think I want to do Ohmtown, defend the artillery support. It means we've got a little buddy to help us in the match right here. He may be an ancient unit, but he's still worthwhile. So I always put the artillery in the back because he's got a lot of coverage with his shots, so. And he's weak too, he's only got 2 health. No, they're attacking my dude I have to protect. How dare they? And they're also attacking our coal plant. So right off the bat, they're trying to hit us where it counts in our objectives, our bonus objectives. So let's move him back. He's now safe. He has a... Here, let's look at his thing. Old artillery. His actions... underpowered compared to modern artillery, but still useful. So he's got like the same targeting as the other artillery, but his will hit 2 tiles for 2 damage apiece. So that's enough to kill this dude and set that forest on fire. And then, so now we want to get rid of this gentleman, which a single punch should be able to do that. And we also want to get rid of him. So he can get pushed into the water with a shot. And this guy will just be deceased from a single punch. Now we've got 2 enemies showing up next turn. Let's see. Do we want to move in anywhere in particular with this guy? Nah, let's just end his turn. So, a couple scorpion bugmans. They're both attacking our tank friend. This guy will take a drink real quick. Just have him take a drink right there, and he's dead. And now I don't think there's a way to hurt this guy without hurting our friend. Oh, there might be actually. Oh, the artillery can't move very far, so. I was thinking that if he could move up here, then he could fire, but he can't move very far. Alright, so if we punch this guy from the side over here, the 2 damage plus impact damage will kill him. It's also going to hurt our tank friend, but he knows it. He'll heal at the end. He's a champion. So let's move you over here to prepare for the next round. We've got a healthy man, a little firefly bug, a stabber. They keep falling for this thing where they're like, let's go move next to this tank, and I'm like, well, I'm just gonna push you into the water. What do you think about that? I think it's great. Let's see, if we push this guy like this, he's gonna catch on fire next turn. He's gonna take a point of damage. So if we can kill this dude, this guy dies before he has a chance to fire. So we can get this guy lined up next to him, but he can't fire that close range. What we can do, I think, is move him back and then have this artillery fire and push this guy over. Yeah, there you go. And now we can fire this thing. Kill him. And then this guy will burn to death. We could have just shot that guy too, but it was more optimal for him to burn to death. This guy starts on fire because his hole was in the fire. His hole was in the fire is a phrase you probably don't hear very often. Okay, so we can do 2 points of damage to this. With the fire, he'll die. So we just need to do 3 points of damage to this, which we can easily do with a artillery round here. And that should be the end of this combat with all of these guys dying. Yeah, he died. Somebody leveled up. Was that our artillery? So we got a point there. Promoted our main guy and this guy. So what does that mean? He's got +2 mech HP, so our big mech has 2 more HP. And our artillery now has +1 mech move, so he moves further. Alright. So they're telling us about corporation reputation for some reason, even though we've already been earning some of these. But I think that's going to be it for this episode. We're going to continue on this series. The games are a little longer, so probably won't finish a single one in an episode unless, you know, things go horribly wrong and I just get defeated. Let's see. We'll see how things go next time. If you like the video, please click the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. Both of those things are super helpful, especially, like, you know, when a series is getting started. It helps me gauge interest and things like that. And